talking to Dr. Rachel Riley from Lexington, Kentucky, and we're standing outside of the Bob Barkley Study Club meeting for dentists here in Roanoke, Virginia. So you've been in this seminar for many hours, all day yesterday, many hours today.
Yes.
Let's look at yesterday's program, which was dentists explaining how they're using co-discovery in their practice.
Yes.
What was your takeaway from that?
It was the whole day was very inspiring.
Really?
I talked to Dr. Henny, and he invited me to come to this, and said, he's been to my practice. He spent, a couple hours there with Dr. Larkin, and he said, I really think that you would get a lot out of it. Your principles and values are very in line, and I think you would love it. And he was absolutely right. I'm so glad that
really?
I got to meet him, and we formed that relationship.
Is this a different kind of practice procedure for you at this point in your career?
I would say yes and no. I think I founded my practice on the principles, but this is to another level of just really diving in with patients and asking more questions and trying to, learn what motivates them and, what their values are and kind of meeting them where they're at. And yeah, I think I've always tried to do that, but maybe didn't know how, and this has given me the tools of how to be better.
So what do you think this is going to do for your practice?
I think it's going to, I just think it can only improve.
Really?
Dr. Henny sent me, his advanced copy for us to read prior to this meeting, and I already started utilizing some of the concepts, and I came out of the operatories and I went to my office manager. I'm like, this stuff is amazing.
Is that right?
Patients, things that we would have blown over, or I would have just, maybe for lack of time or just rushing through, I would, it would have gotten missed. And I slowed down and sat with the patient, kept asking questions, and things just
So you
came
think
about.
the level of care for that patient went up then?
Absolutely. I think they felt more, seen and understood as well too when they left.
It's a shame we don't learn this in dental school.
I know.
Yeah,
It
it's
really
all
is.
technique. Well,
Yes.
today was a totally different concept, which was the new things going on
Sure.
with biome of the mouth
Sure.
and sleep. What's your takeaway from what you just saw?
Well, that is what I'm passionate about. So I was introduced to Dr. Henny through Tom Larkin. So Tom Larkin has been my mentor.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, so
All right.
he helped me start my practice. He's been involved, and that's what I've really been passionate about and why I wanted to start my practice and really founded on those principles. And so, he connected Dr. Henny. So I feel like this stuff was more in my realm today, but yesterday was all new.
Yeah.
And so, but it's great to hear again. I think what Emily Stein is doing is incredible. This was my second time hearing her speak, and I took away probably more this time than I did the first time, just with all of her knowledge. And
I saw her speak through a video the first time, and then I've interviewed her, and I'm just blown away
She's
by
incredible.
this approach.
I know.
And her intelligence and just digging in.
Yeah.
What do you think that's going to do to dentistry, if that is really a meaningful therapy?
I think it's a complete paradigm shift in the way that dentistry, I think, would be practiced. But what we could do for patients and just and access for the entire population, not just people who can afford dentistry, but I just think it would change things at the source of a lot of dental problems.
Well, and deeper
infections.
than dental, it's systemic.
Sure, right.
Yeah, the health.
It would really
the system.
change everyone's health.
Well, somebody is watching this video right now, and they're saying, what's this Bob Barkley Study Club, Roanoke, Virginia? What's going on? What would you say to them? Do you recommend people dive into this kind of a study club?
Absolutely. I think I think most dentists get into the profession to help people, and I think when you're in the day-to-day and you're just working and you're trying your best, it can be a little discouraging, and it can be like you're on an island and you're like, is anyone else having these problems?
Yeah, right.
Or, am I the only one that's struggling? And so when you get around like-minded individuals who really want to learn and who, they remind you of why you got into the profession of helping, and and listening and helping, people get better. It just motivates you, and it makes you feel like you're not alone.
How about
and
that?
then you meet people, and then when you're back home and you're working and you're having an issue, then you can call someone, or
You know
can,
someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say, hey, can you help me with this? So, I mean, it's just invaluable.
Well, underneath all of the learning and knowledge was a pretty neat place to come. What do you think
was
of his house and that whole seminar?
I mean, I was impressed from start to finish. I mean, really, with everything, and just how intentional he is in his life, how intentional the entire day is, and where it was located, and just the feeling you got of it being family and, just open and welcoming. And
yeah, nobody is trying to say, that's not a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, it was all collaboration, and just, you could feel the love, you could feel just the passion, and yeah.
I think I hear a recommendation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great.
Yes.
Well, if this interests you and you're watching this video, come join the Bob Barkley Study Club, the next program that is offered in Roanoke, Virginia with Dr. Paul Henny. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, yeah.